This is my wife, Joy. She was my partner for 10 years, the mother of my 2 kids. She was a person I could talk to, trust. We shared in athletic events. We really shared in the raising of our kids. She created the warmth of our family. She even helped me in my work as a nurse. She was very sweet. She was not a showy type person. She was very easy to get to know because she seemed to make you feel relaxed and comfortable.
I always remember that her smile made me feel better, and
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
that it would help me, like when I was sad or something, it would help me feel happier. She played Tickle Monster with us. We called it, when she would pick us up and tickle us. She always used to tuck me in at night and kiss me, and she always snuggled with me.
That type of closeness that she had with the kids, especially Jonathan, the youngest one, that was just so precious. And I remember seeing them together and how they'd snuggle and how they'd be just bonding. It was just, a precious sight. And I knew that that would be a tough thing for the kids, not to have that anymore.
And she sang to me, and she helped me out on my homework.
Now she's gone. My wife, the mother of my 2 boys. Now there's no more Joy.
You got another Central Coast Saturday night. Looking good. You looking good? Good. Gotta look good. Saturday night. Rolling out 50 minutes of music this hour. New OMC. This is How Bizarre. Slide 96 FM. Here you go.
Brother Bellas in the back, sweet singers in the front, cruising down the freeway in the hot, hot sun.
When I finally got my license at the age of 16, I was a couple weeks after my birthday. I got my license, and my dad gave me a car, and we were out driving around, and I told my parents that I was going to spend the night at a friend's house. It was about 10:30 one night, and I had some friends with me, and one of them had brought a bunch of hard alcohol.
We cruise to the spot, and we're all chilling and stuff, and whips out a bottle of alcohol, and we start drinking. That was cool and everything.
I got the idea that I wanted to go back to town to go find some girls, and so we did. Everybody got in the car, nobody really thought anything of the fact that I'd been drinking.
So I asked him, are you okay to drive? He's all, yeah, I got it. I'm all, you sure? He's all, yeah, I can drive.
And we got in the car, and we took off and went down the hill from where we were at, and we made a turn.
Kelly and his friends had left an intersection about a half a mile up the road. They had passed a retired police officer from LAPD at about 60 to 65 miles an hour.
And I got in my lane again and just kept going. I didn't even bother to try to slow down. At that point, one of the guys in the back seat had asked me a question, and I turned around to answer his question. And when I turned back around, I was in the other lane, and there was a car coming straight at me. At that point, I just slammed on the brakes and tried to turn away.
They hit at about 70 miles an hour. Joy was traveling at about 40 miles an hour. It pushed her vehicle straight backwards after the impact back to this tree here. His vehicle ended up over to the right. At this point, when I arrived on scene, we had one vehicle here with the back end of it over the hill, the car resting against the tree here, and Joy was trapped in the vehicle, major injuries. His vehicle ended up over to the right.
I was unconscious for a few minutes, and then I woke up to the sound of screaming people.
Kelly's car was over here. facing west in the eastbound lane. There was one subject in the front of the vehicle that had to be cut out. Subject in the back also had to be cut out that had broken hip and other facial injuries.
They took me to the hospital. They had to stitch my tongue back together. I'd bitten it off partially, and they had to put a cast on my leg, do x-rays. I was at home for a few days, at which point a probation officer came to my house. He told me that I'd have to come with him, and so I went with him. He took me to the juvenile hall in my county, and I was there for approximately 5 days when the head of the juvenile center and a counselor came in to my room to tell me that the lady in the other car had died.
3 a.m. this morning, the mother of two was pronounced dead at Sierra Vista Hospital, and now her family and many in their Royal Grande community are in mourning.
I don't know how to describe that feeling. Something that I have to live with on a day-to-day basis.
At 3 o'clock this morning, we were notified that she was officially declared dead. Though we, as a family, and I think a lot of people, including the doctors, all felt that she had really gone before.
A week ago, the 38-year-old mother of two had just tucked her 5- and 7-year-olds in bed and was on her way back from getting flowers for an early Father's Day celebration when she was hit head-on by a teenage drunk driver. Lay never woke up from a coma, and now her sons, her husband, Dr. Michael Lay, are without joy this Father's Day.
The thing that concerned me the most was that the lady had sons that were 5 and 7 years old, and that I myself couldn't picture myself being that age and not having a mother.
You just miss being with her and all those people. You just feel their support and you feel kind of sorry for them because they miss my mom, and you know, that's the same way I feel. I miss her, and so now we won't be able to play Tickle Monster with her anymore, and she won't be there to help us and things and stuff.
It hit me like a tidal wave. I didn't really know what to think. No thoughts came to my mind. I just started crying. I didn't know how to deal with it, what to think about. My mind just drew a blank. It's one of those things that you just never think could happen to you. One of those things that just, oh, it won't happen to me. Can't. Doesn't happen to anybody else, you know. But it did.
Kelly was charged with gross vehicular manslaughter, alcohol-related, and several charges of driving under the influence of alcohol causing injury, all felonies under California law.
I was looking at prison originally, 25 years to life. That didn't happen.
It was in part based upon the victim's family showing empathy for Kelly's situation.
You know, he didn't purposely want to go out and try and kill somebody, but as a consequence of some of the bad choices that he made, this is what happened. I mean, it just rips our lives apart, and there's no turning back.
That was a miracle from God. Anybody else, I don't believe, would be on my side or even have anything good to say to me.